commitment of our 5 senior basketball players. These student athletes have worked for countless hours on and off the court, representing our school with pride, teamwork, and sportsmanship. These seniors have had years of early mornings and late nights, sore muscles and injuries, and countless quiet sacrifices. They bounced back after tough losses, celebrated big wins, and showed us what it's meant to be part of something bigger than themselves. We will now introduce our seniors as they escorted by their family members. Senior number 3, Lillian Bodenheimer. Senior number 4, Addison Kent. Senior number 21, Mallory Rozadowski. Number 23, Brianna Schultz, senior. Senior number 42, Alexis Kolicki. To our seniors, thank you for your leadership, your commitment, and your heart. To their families, thank you for the rides, the sacrifices, and the unwavering support. Please join us in giving one final round of applause for our seniors and their families. Thank you for your dedication, sacrifice, and contributions to our team. Congratulations, seniors.
All this hotline and language. And welcome in a little bit early here, and we'll eventually go back to a little bit of warm-ups before we head back on. But Connor Philippi here, excited to bring you this presentation of girls basketball here on Zaleski Sports. Going to be Newman Catholic going up against Athens. Battle of the Birds with the Fighting Cardinals and the Fighting Blue Jays here tonight. But that was just a quick little senior night celebration to celebrate these seniors, the 5 seniors that were just mentioned. And we'll talk about them throughout the course of the night, and all of them obviously being big factors here tonight. And congratulations to all of them in advance. And we'll, of course, be wishing them the best of luck on Monday's contest, which will be the last home game and the last one I'll be calling for them this season. But as we see this photo op here being taken, and congratulations again to them, and thank you for their support. And again, we'll discuss them throughout the course of the evening. But that was just a quick little early open to the show here tonight. But it'll still be about 15 minutes of warm-ups. We'll pop back on about 5 minutes before the game starts to do our proper pregame show. But hopefully you enjoyed that ceremony. Happy that we were able to bring that to you pregame, but game starting right around the projected 7:15 time. Thanks for watching here on Zaleski Sports.
Number 1, Ava Ford. Number 4, Vanessa Espinoza Guerzo. Number 5, McKenna Peck. Number 11, Caitlin Nord. Number 20, Sarah Hartwig. Congratulations, seniors, and good luck.
Well, welcome in again here to Newman Catholic. If you're just joining us now, there was a senior night presentation a few minutes ago, so we started the stream a little bit early if you're wondering why there was a little bit of dead air there. But welcome here to Newman Catholic for what should be a great game here tonight between two very evenly matched teams here in the Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals and the Athens Fighting Blue Jays, the Battle of the Birds here on this Friday night. Boys for these two games played yesterday, and so the girls side of things here tonight should be a good one. Again, Connor Philpy with you. Thanks for tuning in. Take a look here. It's a North versus South battle here. Marywood North and Marywood South. Taking a look at the Marywood North, Athens currently in second within the Marywood North. They're 6-8 within the conference, 7-12 overall in a Marywood North that has overall struggled a little bit so far this season. And they are coming off of a 2-game losing streak. That was preceded, though, by a 3-game winning streak. And so they still have won 3 of their last 5 games. And they are trying to stave off Prentice for that second place spot within these Marywood North standings. As we take a look at some of their top scorers here, Sarai Hartwig currently leading with overall points scored. Ellis Bear in second, and Itzel Espinosa Quiros in third, as Sarai leads in rebounds as well, and Espinosa Quiros leads in assists. Taking a look at this Newman Catholic team, they are currently playing from behind here in the Marywood South. There's a lot of good teams within this conference, so they're sitting at 4-9 within the conference, 7-14 overall. So they are sitting in last so far here in the Marywood South with just a few games left, only 2 games actually left after this. So we are getting into the final stretch of the regular season. Kind of a flip for Newman Catholic. They had a few games lost in a row, but then they won against Prentice and they won against Edgar. So they're actually on a 2-game winning streak, and they're trying to continue that momentum going into this game against this Athens team. Aubrey Pent leads the team in points per game. Claire Bodenheimer in second. Mallory Rozwadowski currently the point leaders for this team. Alexis Klinecki leads the team in rebounds. She'll be a big factor here tonight against this Athens defense. Aubrey Pence also leading in rebounds. Key inactive for Newman Catholic, Brianna Schultz has been injured for the last few games, and we saw that happen a couple games ago. The last one that I called here for Zaleski Sports and Newman Catholic, it was one of those injuries that looked, thankfully, a lot worse than it ended up being. She still is going to be out for a while, but talking to Katie Getch, the head coach for Newman Catholic, she said that it is progressing and she's healing and she's feeling good about it, so that is good news, of course. But do not look for her in the lineup. Brianna Schultz not playing here for Newman Catholic, one of the seniors honored for senior night. We'll continue to talk about those seniors for both teams as we take a look here at a couple of the common opponents that both of these two teams have played. Newman Catholic, by the way, I mentioned that we had one more game left for a home game for Newman Catholic. Usually that wouldn't be the case. You'd play your senior game night in the final home game, but that was a postponed game that was supposed to be played on the 23rd of January. So if you're wondering why there was a senior night and then one more game on Monday, that is the reason for it. But taking a look here, Prentice is one of the common opponents, as it was a 20-point victory for Athens against Prentice. They actually played away and then a home against them, won both of them. One was a close one by 5, the other by 20. Newman Catholic against Prentice won that one in flying colors. Taking a look, Edgar here, Athens lost that game by a considerable margin. Newman Catholic winning that one by about 16. And then Marathon, both teams lost to a very good Marathon team. Those are a couple of the common opponents. Phillips, it was a tight one between Athens and Phillips, but Newman Catholic did beat Phillips. So those are a few of the benchmarks to look at, but of course, a lot of those games were played at varying parts of the season, so it's really hard to tell just how good and how well-tooled those teams were during the times these two played. So you can use it as a little bit of a benchmark, but all in all, it should be a good fight here tonight between these two teams as we're about to get the starting lineups from the PA and then get to our national anthem. But we'd like to remind you today's starting lineups are brought to you by Rib Mountain Eye Care. The team at Rib Mountain Eye Care hopes you're enjoying the broadcast, but hey, the players look a little blurry or your glasses are a constant bother, we can help. Call the vision experts at Rib Mountain Eye Care today and don't miss a single moment of the next big game. We thank you one more time for tuning in here to Zaleski Sports, as we're going to come up only a few minutes, a little bit above that projected 7:15 start time. Again, Blue Jays and Fighting Cardinals here on this Friday night. Girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Senior Night at Newman Catholic High School, home of your Cardinals. Today's girls varsity basketball match features the visiting Blue Jays from Athens High School and your Newman Catholic Cardinals. Newman Catholic High School, Athens High School, the Marywood Conference, and WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based interscholastic events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege, with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Tonight's popcorn is sponsored by Abbey Bank. Abbey Bank would like us to give a huge shout out to all the hardworking student athletes for this season's dedication. And Abbey Bank would like to wish a big congratulations to all of those seniors. As is tradition at Newman Catholic High School, we ask those who are able to please stand and join us in prayer. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them the respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask you to remain standing. Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem. At this time, we are going to introduce tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Blue Jays from Athens. Junior, number 2, Grace Schreiner. Senior, number 4, Vanessa Espinoza Heroes. Junior, number 10, Alice Baird. Sophomore, number 12, Itzel Espinoza. And senior, number 20, Sarah Hartwig. The Blue Jays are coached by Mike Baird and assisted by Andy Burrs. 30, Aubrey Pence. And senior forward, number 42, Lexi Bryant. The Cardinals are coached by Katie Gates and assisted by Maggie Wolf, Jody Dent, and Stacey Holmberg.
And so all that's left to do here is tip things off from Newman Catholic. Again, those starting lineups brought to you by the team at Rib Mountain Eye Care. Only a few games left of the season as the official playoff brackets are released for girls basketball on Sunday. And ready or not, here we go from Newman Catholic Athens. On offense first. Again, Connor Philippi excited to bring you this one. Three-pointer right out of the gate is missed, but the rebound eventually stripped away, and Roz Wadowski gets on top of it early. These Newman Catholic players, 4 of the 5 seniors that were honored in the pregame are starting for Newman Catholic. They have all season. Of course, Aubrey Pent, the other starter, who is the nucleus of this team. Of course, Brianna Schultz, the other senior, like I mentioned earlier. This one banks in from Roz Wadowski. We mentioned earlier, Brianna Schultz is hurt after that happened in the last home game here at Newman Catholic. And so she is still out. And again, it looked really bad when I saw it at first. I thought it was going to be a pretty brutal injury, but talking to Katie Getch, it looks like she is doing better than expected, and the injury in general was better than it looked. And so hoping for a great recovery for her as this one stripped away by Lillian Bodenheimer, another senior for Newman Catholic. Roz Wadowski now beyond the arc. Up top, three-pointer. Roz Wadowski can't get that one to connect. Lenecki with the putback attempt. Can't get it to go. Back the other way here for Athens. Faking that three back up top. Espinoza Quiros. Back around to Bear. Up top, three-pointer is up, and it is drained. Itzel Espinoza, the sophomore for Athens. This is a young and hungry team. And they do have the same amount of seniors with 5. Both of these two teams relatively young, but a good mix of freshmen and sophomores and juniors. So it's a mixed bag here for Athens, as this one is up and good from Glenecki. Both of these two teams building their programs and working on continuing to improve, and it looked like there might have just been a mistake there inbounding the ball. It's going to bring it back to Newman Catholic on the mistake there. Again, Mike Baer, the head coach of Athens, and of course Katie Getch for Newman Catholic. Glenecki will throw this one in. Addison Pent checked out and was replaced by Claire Bodenheimer. She pops the three right away, no good. But you'll see her pop those threes a lot throughout the game. She is one of the sharpshooters for Newman Catholic. Into the corner, wide open three is taken, doesn't go. Glenecki with the putback, also no good. Trying to trap, but it is rebounded nicely by Espinoza. Now back is Bear. Dribbles it into the corner and then escapes the pressure. Pent with some aggressive defense there in the corner. Given away to Hartwig, and now back up top. Shot from the elbow, doesn't quite go. Trying to tip that one back in, can't quite get it. Good decision by Glenecki to not go for that herself, understanding it was most likely going to be passed in to nobody in particular. Into the corner, three-point shot is up. That one bouncing off, just a little bit of, there's not a lot of arc on that one, I would say, as this one's back the other way, and no shot there on the foul. And they'll call it on the floor. Be thrown in from the baseline here for Schreiner. Aubrey Pent with her first foul of the game. Driving in here, and a strong move to the basket there for Hartwig. Again, Hartwig, the top point scorer for this Athens team, but they spread out their points quite a lot. Only about a point difference per game between the first and second. Aubrey Pent getting that one into Rozwadowski. A foul going to be called. That'll be the first for Athens on the night. And we'll get that one against Espinoza. Fed into the corner. Rozwadowski can't quite get the shot on that one, but it's rebounded by Aubrey Pent. She retreats back beyond the arc, and it's just a little bit of a miscommunication there as she thought Rozwadowski was going to cut to that one and didn't. So we remain knotted at 5 here on the NTC scoreboard. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the first half. A lot of action here tonight. Double-digit games once again being streamed here on Zaleski Sports as again we're in the home stretch. Offensive foul is going to be called here against Athens. And they're going to get Espinoza on it again, so makes it her second now in as many minutes. Definitely something to keep an eye on now. Only 4 minutes gone. Nice feed into Rozwadowski. Gets that one to go. The feed from Lillian Bodenheimer. And Rozwadowski's got 5 on the night now. 3 the other way. That one bouncing off. Rebounded by Claire Bodenheimer. Newman Catholic keeps a high pace back down the court, and then they're going to call a carry that way. So a couple of strange self-inflicted turnovers on both sides here. Checking out here Espinoza after those 2 fouls. And she's replaced, looks like by Ava Helke, the sophomore. That one's stripped away by Claire Bodenheimer. She drives in, gets it to go. She goes to the floor and picks up her first points of the game. Four-point lead early on here as Schreiner makes a cut. Back up top, and Helke will drive. And this is a thing you see a lot on offense. It gets poked away. Aubrey Pent came away with it. Not sure if it was Bodenheimer or Glenecki who initially poked it. As Pent up top, swings it around, tipped off and out of bounds. I was going to say about Athens offense, it's something that works a lot, I feel like, that creates that space when you drive in, and you'll see it progressively for Athens. You drive in around the paint area, and then you toss it right back out. And it's a nice and simple strategy, but it does wonders if you do it right, because it creates those open shots along the outside. It's just a matter of, can you hit those shots? As this one is up, and Alexi Glenecki can hit those shots. She read my mind there and makes it 11-5. As Rozwadowski and her are both tied at 5 now on the night. As this one is down, but still grabbed. Nice recovery there by Bear. She's able to get the ball back here, and the underhanded layup does not go. Already 6 minutes gone here in the first half as Pent will drive in, underhanded shot. That one is good. She gets on the board for the first time here tonight. Still only 1 foul against Newman Catholic on defense. As up top, Bear trying to feed it up, but Glenecki with the nice defense, and Bodenheimer comes away with it as it trickles to her. Knew Glenecki was going to be a big factor here tonight in her battle with Sarai Hartwig. As this one is up, no good, and trying to race for that one was Aubrey Pent. Couldn't quite get to it. Coming in here for Athens, Kaylin Donater. As Hartwig will take a break and see Athens use pretty much everyone on their team progressively throughout the game. We've already seen a few different substitutions of just 1 or 2 players. Out into the corner, deep 2 is up. That one doesn't quite fall as Rozwadowski will get the rebound. Newman Catholic already nursing an 8-point lead here with 7 minutes gone on the NTC scoreboard. William Bodenheimer back up top. Rozwadowski now looking for an option. finds it in Claire Bodenheimer. Trying to get some penetration near that paint. Glenecki instead will opt for the long two. Doesn't quite go, rolls off the rim. Quickly back is Baer. She'll try and get the transition points, but good, solid defense by Aubrey Pent the other way. And a timeout's going to be taken here. Full timeout by Katie Getch. They'll talk things over. Up 8 here on Zaleski Sports. Girls basketball on this Friday night.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
Working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us.
Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
And welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Athens after this game with only 3 games left. Newman Catholic with only 2 after tonight. So we are getting into the final stretch. Again, Newman Catholic with their final home game on Monday that I'll be on the call for. This would have been their last home game, which is why it is senior night here tonight, but that Rib Lake game got postponed. I believe that one was due to the cold. It was during that crazy snap. As up top here for Newman Catholic, it's going to be Claire Bodenheimer. Aubrey Pent now back up top with 10:20 to go. Into the corner, 3-point shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Glenecki. Back up top, Roz Wadowski. Now a 3-pointer is good. Rattles in from Lillian Bodenheimer. She will get her first points of the night as the Bodenheimers combined for 5 so far and makes it a double-digit lead early on. Under 10 to go here in the first half as this shot is no good. Rebounded there by Lillian. As they'll go quickly back with it the other way. Newman Catholic trying to build on this momentum. Kind of an off-balance pass. Sometimes you catch yourself there leaving the ground a little bit and then you have to toss it somewhere. But they were able to keep possession as that one was off of Athens. Glenecki tosses it to Aubrey Pent. Athens plays that zone defense. And especially when you've got that combination of the solid perimeter shooters with Alexis Glenecki underneath the basket. This one is fed into Aubrey Pent, and that is how you work past that zone defense, is create motion and at some point when you're chasing around the court, I mean, it gets really difficult to maintain that zone defense when you have to get some help on that cut. Already a 13-point lead here for Newman Catholic. Glenecki now back up to Rozwadowski. That one a little strong. And the foul is going to be called there as Glenecki was trying to go for that rebound. And they're going to get that one against Ellis Baer. They'll make it her first, team third. Hartwig will come back in for Athens. I think it was Donater, I believe, that came out. That will be an offensive foul, push off of Newman Catholic. And Athens is going to have to figure out a way here to counteract some of these offensive struggles they've had. Part of it is due to just struggling to get past Glenecki underneath the basket, but obviously they would love to get some of those perimeter shots up, and they've been putting up some good ones. It's just not quite falling. Couple substitutions here. It's going to be Addison Pent and Avery Kopke coming back in, as there's going to be Roz Wadowski and Lillian Bodenheimer taking a seat. Driving in for Athens here, offhand shot doesn't go, trying to fight for that rebound. Eventually Pent gets it. That's Aubrey Pent down the court. Off to Kopke, freshly into the game. Back around now to Glenecki up top. Nice feed in, and that one's nice off the glass for Addison Pent. And that's going to prompt a timeout. It'll be a 30-second for Mike Baer. We'll take a quick step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Take another look here at the Merriwood North standings. Athens and Rib Lake are the two teams up top. Prentice, though, is challenging Athens for that second place spot. Rib Lake, not sure if they've officially taken the Merriwood North yet, or if they need an Athens loss or to win here tonight to get that done. But pretty much a lock for them, winning this Merriwood North. But again, those girls basketball playoff tournaments and brackets will be coming out on Sunday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Zaleski Sports going to be your stop for taking a look at those, and I believe we usually do a selection show, something along those lines. And so it'll be a good week of basketball next week, and then the playoffs will be starting with the quarterfinals that next weekend. And that shot up on the putback, can't quite get it. The third attempt is good. Nice shot there by Helke, and good effort by Hartwig to get that possession back. The week of the 23rd, it'll be the 24th, the first few games of the regional quarterfinals. The regional semifinals will be Friday, and the regional finals Saturday. This one will ring around not quite good. That one will head out of bounds. Espinoza coming in here for Athens as she'll replace Schreiner. Up top, Addison Pent, that's Aubrey Pent, can't quite get that one in. And it will fall out of bounds. Athens just trying to get a little bit of momentum, trying to go on a little bit of a run here. They've been able to get a little more success offensively, but they need to find a way to get that stop on the other end and string some points together here, as they'll lose that one out of bounds. Got a little bit tripped up there. And not quite sure if that was just kind of the court monster or what that was, but Newman Catholic gets the ball right back. Under 7 to go here on the NTC scoreboard. Newman Catholic 20-7 here on Zaleski Sports. This one poked away nicely by Helke, and can't quite get the layup the other way. She's frustrated about that one. And just so many things to think about when you're in transition like that. But they will get this possession back as the travel was called against Newman Catholic. Lee Pack underneath as that foul is going to be called. She passes in nicely to Hartwig, who was the one that drew it. And now Hartwig will go to the line. Makes it the first foul of the game for Glenecki. First shot, no good. As that shot is up and is good that time. So 2 for 2 from the line for Hartwig. She's trying to get on the board more here. 4 points so far on the half. Aubrey Pent up top, getting the pick from Glenecki. She drives, loses it, but it's poked away. I know they're going to say that it touched her last. So here's an opportunity for Athens, trying to get that string of points I mentioned. Driving in, spin, the shot, and nicely off the glass there by Schreiner. Those are those shots, like I said, that will be open with how well Newman is guarding underneath the basket. They want to make sure it's not Hartwig that beats them offensively. If they can get some of those longer range shots to fall, that's going to be their key here. As here's another empty possession on the Newman Catholic side. Athens trying to capitalize. Spin, the shot, and that one is good. Espinoza gets it to go for 2. And now just like that, we have 6 straight points for Athens. From a 13-point deficit to 7 makes it a lot more interesting here with 5.5 to go in the first. Kopke back out to Glenecki. Now a 3-point shot for Pent. Doesn't quite go. Nice feed in, actually a little bit too far, and it's grabbed by Pent. Good idea there by Bear, but it's a little bit overthrown. Trying to feed that into Kopke, and travel will be called before the contact. Rozwadowski will come back in. Kopke will check out. Wasn't her fault there on that one, as she was impressively able to moss that one-handed out of the air. Athens still working on that 6-0 run. As it's tossed back out to Espinoza Quiroz. That one's stolen away though by Bodenheimer, and Pent will lay it in on the other end. Aubrey Pent now leads with 6 points on the night for Newman Catholic. Breaking out of that slump offensively. Sometimes a turnover is the best way to do that. Long 2 is up, and that one's good the other way. Ellis Bear gets going, and this Athens offense is starting to get going. Foul's going to be called against Athens there. Looks like Espinoza Quiroz with that body language from her. And it is. And so Newman Catholic still up 7 here with 4:20 to go. Driving in, Claire Bodenheimer gets the and one.
Basket for Bodenheimer is good.
And Bodenheimer known for how well she can shoot from distance, but so far in this one, she has been driving in and getting those hard-earned shots under the basket. Going to be called against Hartwig on that foul, her first of the night, as that shot will go in to make it a 3-point play. 5 total fouls against Athens so far in this one. 4 total for Newman Catholic. Aubrey Pent's been playing very tight defense against Ellis Bears. This one is drained from 3. That is Espinoza. 8 points on the night for her, as this one on the other direction is laid in by Glenecki. I believe that was Bodenheimer with the feed once again. Lillian Bodenheimer, that's the second time those two have connected here tonight. As this one is almost poked away by Aubrey Pent. Now she gets to it. And she will take it down herself before finding Glenecki. And off the front of the rim, no good that time. Back up top. Schreiner now back around Espinoza Quiroz. And that one poked away. It is going to be last off of Athens. few substitutions here for Athens, as it's going to be Helke, Lepak, I believe Donater all coming in. It's going to be Schreiner, Espinoza, and Hartwig taking a seat for Athens. Lillian Bodenheimer up top, swings it around to Claire. Under 3 to go here in the first half. 9-point lead for Newman Catholic on the NCT scoreboard, as that one is put back by Glenecki.
Glenecki for 2.
She takes the lead in scoring now with 9 on the night. Lepak trying kind of a no-look pass over. And neither the defender or the Athens player saw that one as it rolled past both of them and out of bounds, but it favors Newman Catholic out of bounds. Pent getting the pick, swung it over to Claire Bodenheimer. Now she's got it again. See how aggressive Newman Catholic is with time dwindling in the first half. Claire tossing it back out, a long 2 missed by Kopke as it's rebounded there by Bear. Bear trying to go coast to coast with it. Step back, shot, no. And it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Jays. Couple of score updates for you that are of note in both the Marywood North and South. A couple North versus South matchups that we will highlight for you in the halftime break, as that one is defended well. Not sure if it was tipped, but either way it causes the missed shot, as Newman Catholic will drive in now with Pent. Back to Kopke, can't get that one in. Rebounded by Espinoza Quiroz. Back up top now to her. She puts up the 3 off the front of the rim. Not enough on it. Three-point shot is up the other way, and that one's good for Aubrey Pent. Tossing that one back to Donater. Trying to make a cut there now into the corner. Lepak, and now that one almost knocked away before it's grabbed by Donater. Last minute of play here in the first half. Trying to feed that one into traffic, somehow rolls around to Lepak. She puts up the 3-point shot, that one not quite there. Second chance opportunity, that one off the back of the rim. And racing to that one. Both teams applaud the effort, but it'll stay here with Athens. 37 seconds now. Espinoza Quiroz will throw it in and get it over to Schreiner. Excuse me, that is Lepak. Pent continues to, as this one will be a charge. And going to the ground there, the trainer will come out to look, and actually they're going to get her off the court instead. Lillian Bodenheimer looked like she was in some pain. She is thankfully able to walk off the court. And it looks like all smiles there on the bench, just a stinger. And sometimes just kind of, even if it's not a injury to that stomach area, sometimes you just lose your breath when you get hurt in general. So maybe that is what happened there. He's just trying to breathe through it, and that one rolling off and rebounded by Helke. Last 7 seconds now of play in the first half. Feeding that one across, that one grabbed, no time for a shot. That's gonna do it. It's been a impressive first half for Newman Catholic on both sides of the ball. They lead 32-18 as we have both Aubrey Pent and Alexis Glenecki tied for scoring, both with 9 so far. 10-minute halftime break. We'll come back around halfway through that, around 5 minutes remaining, I'll say, to talk through what's been happening throughout the state of Wisconsin here tonight, to preview what's coming up in the next couple weeks, and also to more importantly, talk about what these two teams need to do to try and pick up the victory here in the second half. You're watching girls basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
Protect your ride from the elements with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Our top wash, The Works, is engineered with 14 steps to keep your car clean, whatever the weather. The Works includes detox pre-wash, removing the grime right from the start, seal in the shine with ceramic body wax, and defend against the elements with Tommy Guard. And don't forget to complete the clean with our vacuums and mat washers. Sign up now and wash unlimited at Tommy's Express.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from their simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Abbey Bank. They make banking about you. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Well, welcome back here to the halftime break from Newman Catholic. Brought to you by the team at Rib Mountain Eye Care. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but if the players look a little blurry or your glasses are a constant bother, we can help. Call the vision experts at Rib Mountain Eye Care today. Don't miss a single moment of the next big game. It's been a good one here so far, 32-18. Before we break down the game we've got going on here in Newman Catholic, we'll bring you to a couple of important games of note for both of these two teams. This is one of just a few of the Marywood North versus Marywood South matchups that have been happening so far here tonight. And there is a couple that have a lot to do with the standings because unfortunately there's a game, Marathon and Chequamegon, as Marathon's trying to hold on to that top spot. And they're actually tied with Stratford for that top spot in the Marywood South. We are not streaming that game here tonight, so can't bring you that update. But Stratford trying to hold on to that tie. I'm not sure exactly what the tiebreaker is, or if there is one, if both teams are tied within the conference. Maybe I'll ask about that and clarify that on Monday. But as of right now, Marathon 19-2 overall, Stratford 18-3 overall, so not sure if that plays into tiebreakers at all. But either way, Marathon and Stratford both tied for that top spot. Right now, Stratford is beating Prentice 36-22 at the half. And of course, that is of note for Athens because if they want to hold on to that second place spot in the Marywood North, they want Prentice to lose, and they would be able to hold on to that for the time being, even if they were to lose here tonight against Newman Catholic. And then Assumption and Phillips is another important game because Assumption is still in the running here for the Marywood South. They're sitting at 11-3, so if Marathon or Stratford lose a couple of their last two games, Assumption could try and grab that throne out from under one of the two of them. But they are currently winning against Phillips 31-16, so that's another Marywood North team. Phillips currently at the bottom of the Marywood North, so not a lot of scoreboard watching from that regard for Athens. And then Chequamegon currently 3-11 within the conference, 7-13 overall, going up against Marathon, one of the better teams in the conference, and so don't want to speculate on how that one's going to go, but definitely one where that it's going to be a pretty big upset if that were to not be a win for Marathon. So Marathon trying to hold on, and there's a lot of good teams within this Marywood South because we haven't even mentioned Auburndale, who's also 10-4 within the conference and 14-8 overall. So there's a lot of teams that are all vying for a playoff run here in the Marywood South, and we'll also kind of take a look here at a couple of the divisions. Oleva Stroom currently is in the number one spot, 20-0. They have not moved basically since the start of the season here in Division 5. Argyle Pecatonica is moving up a few spots. They're up to 2. Pacelli at 3. Webster at 4. Columbus Catholic at 5. As for Division 4, St. Mary Catholic has stayed up and 1 for quite a while. Neilsville at 2. Dominican at 3. Regis at 4. Albany Monticello at 5. And then we'll fast forward all the way up to that top Division 1. Wauwatosa East at 20-0. They're sitting at 1. Arrowhead at 2. Very good Stevens Point team is at 3. That's a team that a lot of people in this area know plenty about. Wanakee is at 4 and Kimberly at 5. So those are some of the top for that top division. But again, those playoffs are going to be starting very soon here. Sunday, we're going to be getting those bracket assignments. And so for Newman Catholic, they have, or both of these two teams actually have a couple games after the brackets are announced. But that is going to be right here on Sunday. So Zaleski will bring you the information you need to know about that. As for game about to start, or excuse me, the second half about to start for this one, Newman Catholic and Athens. Newman Catholic up 32-18. Really the story of this one has been the fact that Athens has really been trying their hardest underneath the basket to get work for Sarai Hartwig, and she is their top point scorer, and she has been doing most of the damage, and really Newman Catholic's been neutralizing her pretty well. She's only scored 4 points on the night, and they're going to try and find a way to work around that. Itzla Espinoza nailing a couple threes, and she's been the top point scorer, so she's going to have to find a way to continue to score, and they're going to have to find a way to stop these Newman Catholic players on defense, because whenever they stop Glenecki, it feels like another player is finding a way to get distance shots. We've seen a few from Roz Wadowski. We've seen a few from Pent. This one not quite there from Aubrey Pent. We've also seen Claire Bodenheimer do some dirty work actually underneath the basket. Usually she is one of the sharpshooters for Newman Catholic, but she's been doing more of the dirty work here tonight. This shot is up and good. That's what Athens needs to see more of with Hartwig. As getting it past the timeline, Athens putting a little bit of pressure on that inbound. They're able to work out of it, and Aubrey Pent will draw the foul for an early first one here of the second half. They're going to get that one against Hartwig and makes it her second. Her and Espinoza both with 2 fouls, so no one really in any trouble quite yet. Off the front of the rim there. Espinoza had 2 fouls in less than 2 minutes, and it was pretty early on in the game, but she was able to then keep that to a minimum in the last 15 minutes of the first half. That makes it a 1-for-2 trip to the line. Makes it double-digit points on the night for Aubrey Pent. Driving in here, trying to get that roll, can't quite get it, and then trying to fight for that rebound was Hartwig. She ends up being the one to knock it out of bounds. So 13-point lead here for Newman Catholic, the first minute of play on the NTC scoreboard. This one out across, and that one stolen away by Schreiner. Trying to get transition points, and she is going to draw the foul. Roz Wadowski with her hands up, and I certainly saw a lot of her hand on the ball, but again, I didn't quite have the same angle the refs do, and I'm all the way up here, and the refs are down there. Continues to be the thing I say all season long. First shot is up off the front of the rim. Second one also no good, so struggle from the line keeps it a 13-point game. And those are those give-me points that you have to be able to capitalize on trying to come from behind here. Up top, Roz Wadowski now swung it around to Glenecki. They'll play the perimeter here. I understand they are in a position to take their time and get the best shot here in the second half. Later in the season, this one is up and drained there by Aubrey Pent. Newman Catholic can definitely shoot from the perimeter, and obviously, like tends to be the case, their best games are when they can shoot well from long distance. As that one is up and good from Espinoza. That was a good drive. She's got double-digit points on the night now, 10 for her. She has really had to step up here with how well Newman Catholic's defended the other top scorers for Athens. That shot no good, but the second chance also rolling out there off the hands of Bodenheimer. Had a little bit of a stinger in the end of the first half, but she's out there doing well now. Kind of laughed it off there on the bench. Glenecki, after getting that rebound, will draw a foul. Hartwig with her third foul now, a little overzealous, trying to rip that ball back away. And so she will now come out of the game. That 15-minute mark with 3 fouls was kind of that gray area where you're not quite sure if you want to take your star player out for too long, but worth sitting for at least a little bit to get a little bit of time off the clock. And then the foul called now against Espinosa Quiros. So that'll be the third now of the half for them. And under 3 played so far in this half. I do like the approach. Glenecki getting that one stolen away. I like the approach as this one's now thrown, and just a unfortunate play there for Athens as Bodenheimer's able to pick up the loose change, trying to get some momentum back and getting that steal. I was about to say I respect their style of coming out, as this one is drained before I can finish my point. Espinosa gets another 3, making it 14 points for her. Quickly back the other way now, Glenecki, and that one a little too strong. And to finish my point now, I was just talking about how Athens came out of this halftime break way more aggressive on defense, and definitely respect that. Even if they are getting a few more fouls in this second half, it's going to be what they need, as this one is up and good from Donater. They have to find a way to just put a little more pressure on Newman Catholic. Saw the last game they played, as this one is back the other way, the foul called. A couple weeks ago, we called a game, actually it was 11 days ago exactly, against Wausau East. They were up by a considerable margin. Wausau East really crowded and pressed and got back into the game with a huge 20-point comeback, and it was all because they pressed and Newman Catholic couldn't quite get out of the press. And so the pressure is what Athens is going to have to do in order to get back into this one. This one is going to go back Athens' way as the rebound attempt is poked away by Rozwadowski out of bounds. Athens has worked this deficit back down to 10 now, as this is fed in. Back up top now, into the corner. Schreiner take her time. Back up top now to Espinosa Quiros. Espinosa is the hot hand. She's been getting a lot of attention so far in the second half, but still nailed 3 in spite of that. That rebound grabbed by Glenecki the other way. Aubrey Pent surveys here. She'll continue to take it herself beyond the arc, now around. Claire Bodenheimer getting a little bit of space here, trying to make a move to the basket. She will draw the foul. That's going to be against Espinosa Quiros. That's her third. So 3 for Hartwig, 3 for Espinosa Quiros, and 2 for Espinosa. Not quite panic time yet. But Espinosa Quiros and Espinosa will both head to the bench and will be replaced there by Ava Helke. And the second shot up and will rattle out. Rebounded here by Newman Catholic, though. The putback 3-pointer doesn't go. It's Lepak that came in for Athens, that second player checking in. Bear getting on that one, almost poked away by Pent. And then the foul is going to be called. Pent frustrated about that one. She thought her hands were up. But that is only her second and only the third of the half for Newman Catholic. It's been a much more aggressive and physical second half so far. Up top here, Lepak got it around to Schreiner, who feeds now. Donater fakes the 3. And that one almost ripped away, but Donater able to get possession back. Katie Getch clapping her hands on the bench, trying to get her defense fired up, as this one will make its way into the corner, almost tipped away again. Solid perimeter defense by Newman Catholic so far on this possession, driving in, a lot of pressure, and then the foul offensively is going to be called there against Ellis Bear. Mike Bear shaking his head about that one, as he'll discuss that with the ref for just a second. Aubrey Pence able to work out of that press, and the foul is going to be called here. Athens struggling to defend under that basket in that paint area without fouling in these last few possessions. They're already up to 6 fouls so far on the half. Still 12:40 to go in this game. Bodenheimer can't quite get that first shot to go. Espinoza, Quiros will check Ellis Bear out. As that one is good. 11-point lead here for Newman Catholic on the NTC scoreboard. Got a little bit shaky there for a few moments as Athens was able to get a few defensive possessions where they really made Newman Catholic uncomfortable, but they just weren't quite able to capitalize offensively on it, and Newman Catholic has been able to now level things out a little bit more these last few. It's been pretty defensive both sides though the last few, as Newman Catholic's searching for a little more spark to try and pull away again. Roswadowski swings it around to Claire Bodenheimer. She makes a move in, and that was either going to be a jump ball, a travel, or a foul, and it's a jump ball. Not too many of those jump balls so far in this game. Been a lot more clean steals. Coming out of this one is Donater, as Hartwig with those 3 fouls will come back in. Knew she wasn't going to be held back for too long, even with a little bit of foul trouble. This one's tossed out. 3-point shot is up off the mark, and it's going to go all the way out of bounds, and they'll keep it back with Athens. Coming back in here, Espinoza, the top scorer so far here tonight, will check back in as Helke will head to the bench. Schreiner drives in, rolled back out to Lepak. That one a little too far as Pent gets the rebound. That's Aubrey Pent. Works with it, drives in, now back out, 3-pointer is up, and nothing but net from Mallory Roswadowski. All the way back up to a 16-point lead now for the Fighting Cardinals. They do not want a repeat of what happened their last home game, as Aubrey Pent racing back with it. Layup attempt is good the other way. Three-pointer in the corner, that one's good. Athens trying to respond, and Lepak's the one that does it. Newman Catholic, a lot easier job of breaking out of this press as this one gets poked away. Schreiner. Now into the corner, 3, doesn't quite fall. Glenecki is able to tip it out to Lillian Bodenheimer. Again, that battle between her and Hartwig has been huge in this game. Shot is up and good the other way. Aubrey Pent's been killing it in this game. 17 points so far for her on the night. As Aubrey Pent will get her hands on it again. I'll have to say, obviously, this game is far from over. I'm not trying to make any declarations, but I will say if the post-game interview, underhanded shot goes Lillian Bodenheimer's way, if the post-game interview is the way of Newman Catholic, definitely going to be involving all of the seniors in that, but cannot deny Aubrey Pent of the highlight house here tonight if Newman Catholic's able to get this win. Aubrey Pent with another steal, as she will drive under the basket. Nice feed out, long 2 is up and rattles in from Claire Bodenheimer. And a timeout's going to be taken by Mike Baer. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take one with them. 19-point lead all of a sudden for Newman Catholic here on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you. Well, Newman Catholic wanted absolutely no business with any sort of comeback this time from Athens. Athens crept back into it and brought it all the way back up to 10, got a few steals, had Newman Catholic fluster on the full court press, but then Newman Catholic locked back in and got back on the offensive, and Athens has also been struggling to get some shots in on their end. And that's all culminated in a big lead as this one is drained for Espinoza. She has been doing a lot of work here tonight, trying to get her team back into it. She's got 16 points on the night. Aubrey Pent working with 17 so far, and she's working with the ball here. 8:30 to go in the game on the NTC scoreboard. That got poked away from Glenecki, and then that one poked out of bounds. It'll stay Athens ball. But coming back in here, Ellis Bear will replace Schreiner. Espinoza, Quiros, and Lepak puts up the three. That one doesn't go, but there to pick up the loose change there is Ellis Bear. Aubrey Pent trying to work out of this press and able to break out of it this time. Glenecki gets it past the timeline. And a timeout, 30-second called by Katie Getch. Saw just a little bit of momentum going Athens' way and wanted to talk to her team, so we'll take another quick break and be back on Zaleski.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Quick 30-second timeout taken there by Katie Getch. Saw the lead take just a little bit of a hit. Obviously still a 14-point lead, but she wanted to make sure that the momentum didn't grow more than she wanted it to there as Aubrey Pent brings it back around to Rozwadowski. 3-point shot just off the mark, but Glenecki tries the putback. It's going to stay Newman Catholic ball, but foul not called there. Newman Catholic already is up to the point where the next foul will be 1-and-1s for them regardless. Aubrey Pent now taking it back behind the arc. She'll swing it around to Rozwadowski, who fakes it, drives in, puts up the floater. That one bouncing just out and fighting for it, going to the ground, both players. And looks like they're going to get the foul against Rozwadowski rather than the jump ball. Kopke will come in and will replace Rozwadowski. That makes it her fourth of the night, and so they will play it safe there. 7.5 to go here. Athens trying to get back into this one. Driving in, back in, 3-point shot is up, and it is good. Ellis Bear And excuse me, that was a long 2. Her foot must have been on the line. So that makes it 2, not 3. So we'll bring it to 50-38. Aubrey Pent drives in, effortless step to the basket there. Just split the Red Sea there and laid it in uncontested. Make that 19 on the night for her, as this one is going to be knocked away. Had to shovel that in, and that time Mike Bear felt it should have been a foul for Athens. 3-point shot up, Claire Bodenheimer. Can't quite get that one to go. Both players going to the round again, and these two teams fighting hard in the late stages of the season, and we see that again with that tie up there on the ground. It was Kopke and Lepak going for that one. Heading in for Athens again, Schreiner will replace Espinoza-Quiros. Aubrey Pent takes it, now swings it around to Claire, up top. That one just off the mark. Rebounded though by Glenecki. Kopke now, Bodenheimer, 3, no. Pent battles for another rebound. Newman Catholic not only getting a precious possession back, but also able to take even more time off the clock by getting that rebound back. Getting a little bit of a pick, swinging it around to Claire. She puts up the shot against the glass, and that goes. 13 points on the night for her, the sophomore getting it done. Talk about the potential of this team next year, obviously losing a lot of great seniors. But you got players like Bodenheimer, Jankowski, Kopke, not Rozwadowski, she's a senior, but Aubrey Pent. All those players are going to have to play a major role next season, and certainly have shown their ability to do that so far this year. 3-point shot up from the top of the key, that one bouncing off. Kopke gets the rebound. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining now in this game, as Aubrey Pent swings it back up top to Bodenheimer. Claire Bodenheimer drives in, can't quite get the shot off. It was well defended that time, but the rebound again. Glenecki under the basket. And then she's going to draw the foul. It's going to be the 4th now against Hartwig. Complicates matters even more for Athens. They've got 4 against Hartwig Bear and then 3 against Espinoza-Quiros. That shot up and good. Exactly 5 to go here in the game. Espinoza and Espinoza-Quiros will both come in. It's Hartwig that gets a rest, as well as Lepak. Espinoza under a lot of pressure along the perimeter. Newman Catholic not giving her or Espinoza-Quiros anything. Espinoza, the top point scorer, 3-pointer is up, no good from Athens. But then the rebound nicely there by Helke, now into the corner. 3-point shot is up, and that one bouncing just off. Aubrey Pent getting it up top. Now into the corner, Bodenheimer. Back up to Glenecki, who pops a 3, and she gets it to go. You don't see her shoot very often, but that's more because of the game plan that it is her ability to make them. Actually, again, I apologize. It looked like that was going to be a 3, but looks like it was only 2. My apologies. Either way, long distance, I should say. And Glenecki will get called for that foul. Makes it the 5th of the half for Newman Catholic. Feeding that one in, then treating back beyond the arc, thinking about that three, but then tossing it back out. Bear feeds it in now to Espinoza. She can't get that one to go. She was double teamed there, right around the paint. And going to the ground there in some pain is Rozwadowski. It's going to be a foul against Athens, as the trainer is going to look at her.
Foul on Athens, number 10, Bear, her fifth.
And they're going to help her up and help her to the bench. They'll give her a round of applause. So good that she wasn't on the court for too long, but she is having some trouble getting off the court. So 3.5 to go, 20-point lead as Newman Catholic all but solidifying what's been a very impressive game for them. As we hope for the best for Rozwadowski, as she will get looked at there in kind of that calf area, looks like. That shot is up and good. Jankowski takes the shots for Rozwadowski. That first one good, second one upcoming. And 2 for 2 for her. Driving in, almost poked away there and has to put up something. It's ripped right out of her hands by Kopke there. Coming up on 3 to go here on the NTC scoreboard. Long 2 is up, that one doesn't go. A race for it, eventually won by Hartwig. Out beyond the arc, and that one off the backboard, no good. Put back, also doesn't fall. Winds up in the hands of Helke, who is able to draw the foul. So 2 shots upcoming for her. That's the 6th of the half for Newman Catholic, so the next ones will be 1-and-1s. This one is up and good. And this one finds its way in. Claire Bodenheimer passed the timeline, tried to feed it over, but it got tipped. Foul's going to be called as Lillian Bodenheimer is going to take a trip now to the line. Makes it 9 now on the half for Athens. Came out with a very aggressive, or excuse me, that was an offensive foul, my apologies. It was a tie-up for both players, and actually it is Lillian Bodenheimer that is called for the foul. Picks up her first one, and that makes it 7 on the half for Newman Catholic, so that'll be 1-and-1s the other way. And that first 1-and-1 is missed. Battle for it is eventually grabbed for the jump ball, and that will make it Newman Catholic ball. 2:30 to go here. Early housekeeping here as we go through these next 2 games for Newman Catholic to finish their season. We'll be here at Newman Catholic on Monday against a tough Rib Lake team. Be the final home game of the season, my final Newman Catholic game, most likely calling them this season. And then they will finish off on the road against Assumption, so a tough finishing schedule. They've had some tough games throughout the entire second half of this schedule. Aubrey Pent drains that free throw. And if my calculations are correct, that makes it 20 now on the night for her. And now 21. So Aubrey Pent definitely in the highlight house here tonight. And like I said, senior night here, so we'll talk to one of the senior representatives and hopefully get a sign-off from all of them, even though it's usually the final home sign-off of the year, but of course, like I said a few times today, it's a rescheduling of that final game on Monday. As for Athens, they have 3 more games after this. They'll play 3 final home games of the season, so they won't have their final home game until the 20th. They play Pittsville on the 16th, that's the Monday. Thursday against Chequamegon, and then Cadett will be on Friday. So they have a few more games before their senior night, but congratulations, of course, to all the Athens seniors as well. And the playoff still on deck as well. We'll have a few substitutions here for Athens. Looks like it's going to be Ava Erickson coming in. There's a 22, which if it is a JV player, that is Brinley Kornick. Getting an opportunity here. And then coming in now is going to be Brooklyn Hine, the freshman for Athens. And that's going to be a foul for a couple more shots here for Athens. These will be taken by Espinoza. She'll continue to add to her impressive stat line here on the night. 16 points on the night, a big reason why Athens stayed in it and almost mounted that comeback. Coming in here for Newman Catholic, it's going to be Aisha Tanamu, as well as Wild for Allery. Both of them sophomores. This one will bounce in. Last 2 minutes to play here from Newman Catholic. And stay tuned for some interviews after the game. Trying to pass that one into Tanamu. It's poked out there by Hine, but it'll stay Newman Catholic ball. And Allery will throw it in. All the way up there for Claire Bodenheimer, who tosses it out. Shot is up, and it's good. Addison France, who came into the game. Apologies for not mentioning her earlier, but she made sure her name was called there with a nice shot from about mid-range. Addison France, also a sophomore for Newman Catholic. That shot hits the side of the backboard, and it'll head back Cardinals' way. They'll try and get some opportunities for Tanamu and Allery now, if they can. Feeding that one in, Tanamu. That one poked away again by Hine, but again stays Cardinal ball. Kopke will be the one to inbound it this time. Tossing it up to Bodenheimer, able to get some pressure away. Back up top now to Bodenheimer. Swung around, getting it to Allery. Feeding it to Kopke. Back to Allery now. She will drive, trying to get it away, but it's ripped away by Espinoza. She goes back with it, and it's blocked away by Bodenheimer. Off of Newman Catholic, it'll stay Athens ball. That one nicely in for Espinoza. Again, impressive stat line for her continues and makes it, I believe, 19 on the night. Fed into Tanamu, can't quite get it in. Bench was ready to get excited for that one. Last 40 seconds to play here from Newman Catholic. As that is going to be a jump ball going back Cardinals' way once again. So a throw in here. Refs discussing something. Not quite sure what. Might be a player that they want to confirm has a certain amount of fouls. Or no, they're just checking the possession arrow, looks like, but they have decided it stays Athens ball. Last 33.3 to go. Again, Newman Catholic is going to improve to 5-9 on the season in the conference standings, or excuse me, not within the conference standings, 8-14 overall. Last 20 seconds here. We'll see if Newman Catholic tries anything or if they just dribble this one out. And a charge is going to be called here against Kopke. Last 12 seconds here will tick away. Athens is going to fall here to 7-13 overall on the season. Again, 3 more games to play for them, 2 more for Newman Catholic. Make sure you stay tuned for our Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com. Final score, 64-46. We'll talk to some of the players after the game.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our...
All right, we are here at Newman Catholic Merrill Steel postgame show. Connor Phillippi with you as Newman Catholic gets the win on senior night. And I'll talk to the seniors, get them a send-off. But first I'll talk to you, Katie Getch, and of course Aubrey Pent. So I'm not going to talk about what happened in the last home game, but you certainly did not let that happen here tonight. I think what happened was you did not allow them to dictate how the game was going to go. It got to that point, it was a 10-point lead, and you really made them play your style of game all the way through. Talk about that kind of pivotal point and how you were able to be the team pulling away after that.
Absolutely. That moment sort of epitomizes the focus that we really have in practice, and we talk again and again every day about we always need to play our pace, we need to play our game, control our space, and control our destiny. So it's really a credit to the girls and how hard they work, and they focus really well, and they pulled out a really nice team win today.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I'll talk to Aubrey next here. All right, so Aubrey, unbelievable performance for you here tonight. I think I got 21 points for you on the night, so congratulations on a nice performance. I want to talk about your game because it is so versatile, because I feel like you're popping threes, but you can also drive in. You can do a lot of things on defense as well. Talk about how being so multifaceted helps your team in that way.
Yeah, well, my goal here today was to get a win to celebrate the seniors on senior night. So whatever I had to do, get my teammates open or score myself to get us a big lead for pretty much the whole game really helped.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have you do your highlight house call first, and then we'll talk to the seniors here.
Okay. I'm Aubrey Penn, and I'm in the house.
All right, thank you very much, Aubrey. All right, handing things over now to the senior class. I think I'll just kind of make it nice and simple. I'll have all of you take the microphone real quick and just talk about your favorite moment for this team throughout your 4 years. All right.
My favorite moment is definitely this year. I feel like we've worked more as a team and have really grown with each other.
My favorite moment this year was just seeing how all of us worked together and did great this season.
My favorite moment is seeing everybody improve independently and watch everybody grow. My favorite moment this season is all the hard work we put in practice, and we always like to have fun, and that'll carry us far. My favorite moment this year is seeing how much we've all grown together since we've been playing since 4th grade.
All right, and I'll have you do one last house highlights call for all of you. Just say, I'm Newman Catholic Seniors, and we're in the house, all right?
I'm Newman Catholic Seniors.